Greetings. Happy 4th of July, celebrating Independence Day today. I'm here with my co-host, George Ohan, a U.S. Army veteran, a filmmaker, a producer, many things, a dear friend, and he's going to help me today with the show. He also produced a project that we're going to screen for you today called The Flag. Welcome, George, to Live Courageously.
Thank you, John. Happy to be here again, and I'm really stoked that this is July 4th and we're able to share the Flag Project with your friends and family here on the Live Courageously show.
Excellent. And let me tell the audience what this is before you're going to get it. It's very special. We put together something, George put something together very special so we could actually show this today so you can watch the two films that we produce, which makes it even more special. So let me get into that. The Flag is a project based on a true life experience of the writer and the producer and U.S. Army Special Forces Vietnam veteran, Mr. Dave Alspach. Upon his return from Vietnam, Dave encountered some protesters attempting to burn the American flag on a university campus. And that encounter, and out from that encounter, the Flag Project was born. Flash forward about 40 years, and Dave meets U.S. Army veteran and producer George Ohan in Hollywood to make the story come to life. This is a story about honor and respect. It tells the story from a veteran's point of view, but it's for every American who cares about this country. It's about patriotism. Our story provokes thoughts about the American flag and Americanism. Do you know what the 13 folds of the American flag symbolize? Well, I didn't know when we made this project, and you're going to get a chance to see it in the movie that we created. So watch our film, learn some important historical lessons about these colors that we love so much. And the flag consists of two important short films. One is a fictionalized narrative film, and the second is an educational film about what the flag means, including an explanation of what I mentioned, the 13 folds. The film also shares the origin of the 21 gun salute and 21 steps at the tomb of the unknown soldiers. So I was honored to join this team with Dave Alspach and George Ohan to direct the film and work with an international team to successfully complete the film and make the 2015 GI Film Festival's official selection list. As a soul-searching project, we hope it enlightens Americans of all ages and give them a new perspective regard to our veterans and our flag. George, take it away, man. Tell us a little bit. I mean, you kind of championed this when you met Dave, and you put together a group. You were at LA Film School, and you put together a group of veterans. And I'm going to throw up pictures as we talk, but you put this effort together, and it was for two short films, it was a major effort. So tell us about that.
You need a lot of help to make a movie. And especially when you're a film school student and you're new to Hollywood and you don't really know what's going on, as people are helping you, you don't realize how many people are truly helping you. So while I was at the Los Angeles Film School, I was highly motivated. I was around a lot of really intelligent professors and people around me. I became the Student Veterans of America chapter president for the veterans at the Los Angeles Film School. We actually established that chapter on that campus. So a veteran in media and entertainment and film in Los Angeles and Hollywood, that was like really important because we finally had a chance to say, hey man, here's a few stories, but not all guns and shoot them up. And that's not what veterans are always about. And so it was cool. It was exciting. It was really an exciting time. And when I sat down with Dave Alspach, I was a staff sergeant, active duty, 8 years in the Army, 3 years overseas. So when I sat down with Dave Alspach in Hollywood at a cafe, and he's telling me about Vietnam, and he's a Green Beret, special forces guy telling me this story, I'm blown away that nobody cared enough up until that point to make this thing happen. I'm like, how long have you been telling this story to people? He's like, long time, like 30, 40 years, whatever it was. I'm like, what? This is crazy. And so the part that got me was the university campus, the burning of the flag. At the time I was about a 30-year-old college student who was already 8 years active duty in the Army. So I had a different perspective when I was on campus. So I can really relate to him when he's talking about he's a veteran on a college campus. And I thought to myself, dude, if I saw anybody doing something remotely close to that in Hollywood where I was at that time, there would have been a problem. I would not probably be like Dave just saying, hey man, I saw that and I had to walk away. In my mind, I was thinking, what sort of self-discipline do you have to exercise to walk away? being a special forces guy.
Well, talking about your story just for a minute, give us a little bit about who George Ohan is. So where did you come from to end up in the U.S. Army? It's a unique, we talked before, you've been on my podcast, but you have a unique story that really feeds into this one. So tell us that as well.
My family's Armenian, and I was born in Aleppo, Syria. So a guy coming from Syria who joined the army to really prove myself as an American, because I feel like I have some success in me. I feel like I want to do something. And at a really, really young age, I thought, man, if I do something in this country, they're going to look at me and they're going to be like, oh, look at you. You came to our country, took advantage of everything. Oh, look at you, And I don't know why I thought that way. Maybe there was some tone around or something, but something was in my mind where I thought that. And so I thought, no, I'm never going to allow that. I don't know what it was. I was just a young punk kid thinking that. And so I thought, yeah, I'm going to join the army. I'm going to show these people. The first day I got in the army, when that drill sergeant's in your face, I thought, how stupid. I joined the army to prove to people I don't know about something I made up in my head. Oh my God. So now that I'm there in the army, I decided, okay, man, I'm here. I got to make the best of it. And so I took being a soldier very serious. I wasn't just like, cool, man, this army. I was like, okay, I'm here. I want to be the best soldier. And I really tried to learn about the country while I was there. And I learned a lot. And so I got out of it what I put into it. And I'm happy I did it.
And, in this project, so flash forward, like Dave flash forward 40 years with this project, you flash forward and you're at LA Film School and you take this project on. And like you mentioned earlier, it took a whole group of people. And I threw up a couple of pictures of Jack Scalia, who was our narrator for the film. I threw up some pictures of some of the military veterans, a Navy SEAL, a Korean War veteran, which matter of fact, I'll just throw that up again. A member of Bob Donovan Operation Gratitude, and just a great group of people. Here's crew people you put together. Here's another one of our crew people. Yeah,
Alex,
awesome. Our good brother from Yap, a country I didn't even know existed. So you're from Aleppo. He's from Yap. I'm from the Bronx. So you put together an amazing group of people behind the scenes, a lot of veterans, not all veterans, but a lot of veterans and civilians who supported veterans to put this project. Tell us a little bit about that journey.
It was 80% veterans. The other 20% of the people were international people that we were connecting with, building bridges, basically being an unofficial ambassadorship of the United States. And there was a couple people from Turkey, me being Armenian, working with Turkish people, bringing them onto my project, building something beautiful together. That was important to me. Maybe they didn't know that was happening at the time, but I knew that was happening, and I was the leader. I was the cadre. I was the leadership of that thing. I was the producer. So I knew it was very intentional, what was going on there. And the reason I was able to focus more on the organization and recruiting the people and building a team is because I had people like you who I didn't need to worry about the creative side so much. I said, you know what? I got really smart people doing the movie. Let me focus on this stuff over here. And it was kind of a good yin yang situation, and not having the ego involved where you have to have control over stuff. It's my story. It's my movie. That's not my part. So I let go a lot of, I relinquished a lot of control in a lot of areas. And it was amazing because I had the right people to help out. There was over 100 people involved. There's a lot of people, and maybe not even all of them made the credit list, because we might have went somewhere to get help and there's 5 people in that room saying, yeah, and here's this and here's that. And there were so many people. Locations. We were blessed with locations from, places that we would not have thought of, talent, equipment. Amber Shaib, she was like integral part of this. If she didn't say yes to a lot of things, a lot of stuff would have gotten shut down. People don't know the behind the scenes of it. I'm going to give her credit. There was just so many little people that came in and hey, how about this? Hey, I didn't know how important that was, but obviously somebody saw something in us or the story or something where they kept contributing. And I was not afraid to keep saying thank you. I had gratitude for it.
And in front of the camera, we had an amazing group of people like Jack Scalia here, who was our narrator, who is a well-known actor. And then, we had a chance to interview Frank Stallone over here. Here's some more in front of the camera. Danny Roebuck, who's a well-known actor. James Peake, Jay Christopher. You know, these were actors who. So before in front of the camera, we had a great group of people. We also had a great crew behind the camera, and I've shown you some of those people, some of the military vets who work behind the camera with us. And then we pulled off some amazing things. One of the things, and you'll see it in the movie, but one of the amazing things we pulled out, and I give you credit for this, was this scene right here, which is, if you look at this picture, you're going to say we're in Vietnam without a doubt. And that's what the purpose of it was. And this is another behind the scenes with you looking much younger. Me, yeah, man, I look like a kid. And another friend. And that was created where? Tell people, where the hell was that created?
That was in Orange County off the 405 freeway. Charlie Rose, God bless you, taught me a lot about cinematography, and I had been waiting to do that backlight trick for a while. And I'm like, wow, we got an opportunity. We needed a bunch of shrubbery, so thank you, 405 freeway. It helped clean up a lot. We loaded up my van full of stuff. That was in Westminster, and we created that. P. David Miller, Lou Simon. We had really special help. And we had a lot of smart people with a collaborative mindset. I never felt there was this Hollywood element anytime. I don't care if Frank Stallone was there. I don't care if it's Danny Roebuck, this guy, that guy. I mean, we had some Jack Scalia, like you said. Nobody brought the Hollywood "I'm too cool for you" thing. Everybody was like a kid, excited, like, dude, this is cool. What if we put the water hose over there? What if, it was fun. It was just creating. It was the true artistry of it.
Yeah, and that's exactly. And that scene especially, it was created with no budget, no money. We created rain. You created the whole forest of Vietnam in the back of someone's house in their backyard. I know it. And he was from Vietnam originally.
He's a production designer.
Exactly. And we pulled off this thing. And then eventually, we edited the film. Here's a picture of us all with the DP Xavier editing the film, and he also was a cinematographer. So we're doing it in his house in Hollywood, and then it ends up at the GI Film Festival. And here's a flyer that we put out about it. And here's some pictures of us at the GI Film Festival with Dave Allsbach. Some other pictures. That's the logo for the GI Film Festival, and then just some of us with the person who was doing the programming at the festival, young woman. And then some more here. So and then, we had a great time there. This was, this was at the Canadian Embassy. We got to go to the Lincoln Memorial or Monument. And so, we took this all the way to completion. And at the beginning, it was like, it didn't look like it was going to get completed, but everybody stuck with it and stayed with it and made it happen for no money, basically just for passion and for love and wanting to tell a great story.
It's really incredible what people will do, and I'm thankful for Xavier Ybarra, to the energy, the time, everything. The editor DP, he really put a lot of time. That with your guidance, with your mentorship, with you keep coming to our apartment in Hollywood and beating on us. finally got that thing. That's where that photo was, where you see Ralph X with the around the computer. That little tiny Hollywood apartment, we created a lot of stuff out of there, but it takes a lot of motivation. You don't need the money all the time. You just need to get it done.
And saying that, so what we're doing today to celebrate Independence Day and to celebrate the 4th of July, we're going to share the film today. You're going to be able to watch it here. It will go live on Independence Day, and you can watch it on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and it'll stay up for 2 days, and then we'll take it down. And if you then want to purchase a copy, you can reach out to me at my email, and I'll put that up on the screen. But there you go, the flag, and I got plenty behind me right there. So it's on DVD, so we'll get you a copy. Take us into it, and then I'm going to play. It's 2 short movies, like I talked about. One is a narrative fictional piece, acted out, and the other one is an educational piece. So we're going to play those back to back, and then we'll come back at the end and just kind of close up. So tell us anything taking us into the screening.
These are two little short pieces. When we originally had the script, it was one big script, but it wasn't really making sense. So with John Duffy's direction, we ended up splitting it into two things. The one part is showing Dave's experience about the college campus thing, about where the guys try to burn the American flag. So we got to capture that in a movie style narrative piece. The other part, the documentary piece, is just asking Americans, what does the American flag mean to you? And they're responding. And as they're responding, we're also explaining the 13 folds of the American flag. Now, everybody's seen the flag in a triangle as it's presented or on people's mantles and things. Not one American ever in the history of the United States since I've been here, since this film's been made, I always ask them, do you know what those folds represent? Do you know the meaning of those folds of the flag? I don't care if it was retired Marine Corps general or a Boy Scout master, whoever it is, nobody's known that answer. We provide that. A guy, a producer born in Syria, joins the U.S. Army and loves the American flag so much to create a film about it. And now we're sharing the information about the United States flag that people are saying so many things about. Here's some information, learn about it. And that's really amazing. That's why this little short film has stood the test of time, the information in there. So thank you to Dave Alspach for bringing that to us and allowing us to bring this story to life. So the one piece is the movie with Dave's experience, and the other piece is, what does the American flag mean to you? And within that, you get to learn a little bit about our colors.
Well, we wanted to make it so now let's all watch it together. Hope you get entertained and also educated at the same time. So I'm going to put it up on the screen for us to all watch. And boom.
We're speaking of the American flag. The one that's made up with 50 states. It expresses to me the reasons why my ancestors came to this country. And it's for all the good things that are here that you don't get anywhere else. We will not get what we have in America, which is everything. And that's why we sing God Bless America.
As a Marine, it represents all those who served before I did, guys I served with, men and women who continue to serve today.
I mean, when I was a kid growing up, you never started your school day without saying the Pledge of Allegiance. How do we preserve our prestige, and how do we preserve history? How do we pay gratitude and homage to those who laid down their lives for that flag? It's the one thing that holds us all together.
Hi, I'm Jack Scalia. I'm standing in the most honored place in all of Los Angeles, the Los Angeles Veterans Memorial Cemetery. Some of these veterans here lost their lives during combat. You know, they put on a uniform, they lace up their boots, they shoulder a weapon. They also take a pledge to the flag of the United States of America, and they vow to defend our country during war as well as at peacetime. They also write out a check, a blank check that is payable up to any amount including death. Some of these veterans here have done just that. They paid the price, they made the ultimate sacrifice so that we and others around the world could have freedom, could have liberty. Our First Amendment, the freedom of speech, the freedom of choice, the freedom of self-expression is probably our most cherished. And we have that because of these veterans here, because of the ones who are standing post right now, the ones who are serving abroad, and the ones who are involved in the theater of war in Afghanistan. That's why we have our freedom.
I'm not so sure the young generation has been instilled with that sense of patriotism and pride like the former generations have. So I hope that we can help pass on that great spirit that came before me, that hopefully we can help pass on to the next generation.
Francis Scott Key was watching the British bombard Fort McHenry in the War of 1812, and he wrote this little poem which went on to become our national anthem. The outcome was far from certain, and that's why I believe it ends in a question. And when I understood that, I think that's when I knew that it's every American's duty to do what they can to ensure that that question continues to be answered in the affirmative.
Have you ever asked yourself, why do these veterans revere the flag so much and their loved ones? Have you asked yourself, why would they do anything to defend her? Have you ever asked yourself, what does the flag of the United States of America really stand for?
I vividly recall returning back to my patrol base on one stressful afternoon, and from quite a distance, I saw the American flag flapping in the wind. It's not only the Marines and I, but the Afghan community I oversaw also. It was an inspiration to see the American flag from such a distance, and the flag offered so much hope and faith in a better day, and it makes me proud to call myself an American.
We revered the flag. I mean, we saw it every day at school. We pledge allegiance to it every day. When I look at it, I still get emotional when they sing to it during a sporting event. There's something magical about that flag because it stands, to me, for everything that's good about this country and good about its people.
I went into service in 1952. I got out in 58. If it wasn't for God, we wouldn't have a country. If it wasn't for the veterans that fought for this country to make it the home of the free and the brave, none of us would be here. We wouldn't be here today doing this. I love our country, and the flag means a lot. You know?
The American flag represents a country that is, to me, the most wonderful country on earth. Our flag, to me, is like when you're a little kid and you get lost and you see your mom again. You see the flag, and that's what it feels like. I'm so proud to be an American.
I proudly defended it. I proudly served for that flag. And I've also seen my brothers and sisters that gave the ultimate sacrifice be buried with that flag blanketing their casket and then given to their family member or their spouse. And that's a great, deeply emotional act and meaning. And it's all because of what they did to defend that flag. So it's something that we carry and treasure with us, if not physically, emotionally, spiritually, and in our hearts. And we're proud to have done so.
The American flag represents the idea of America and the ideals upon which the country is based. This flag stands for honor and faith and opportunity and trust. Maybe I'm a bit prejudiced, but I see America as representing the best in humanity. America says to all peoples, we believe in mankind. We believe in humanity. We still are that shining city on the hill, and flying high over it, the American flag.
To me, it means sacrifice. It means freedom. It means opportunity. It means dreams.
My military service was with the United States Navy. I spent 9 years with the underwater demolition and SEAL teams. It's the heart and soul of our country. It represents lives that have been laid down for those that were working and doing what our country does and keeping the country rolling, keeping it moving. And that flag represents to me all those that gave what I was willing to give, sacrificed what I was willing to sacrifice, take time from my life and essentially give it for others and be ready to give it ultimately if necessary. Honored to be able to speak about my flag, my country, and warm feeling, secure feeling, proud.
I remember seeing a picture in a newspaper of 4 gentlemen, GIs, putting up a flag in Mount Suribachi during the Second World War. It's an image that stayed with me. These GIs in combat carried the flag so that everyone could see it. No matter where I am, if I think about the flag, I have a smile on my face because it's a place I look forward to coming back to. I'm an American. It's the symbol of America.
The American flag stands for not only this nation, but its wonderful founding documents. The Declaration of Independence that tells the world that we're endowed by our Creator with unalienable rights, and the Constitution that begins with we, the people of the United States. And I know that freedom isn't free, but for me, freedom has been free. I've had a free ride on the Freedom Train, but wearing this flag reminds me to be so grateful to the men and women who fought and are fighting in the armed forces, because they have paid for my ticket on the Freedom Train. That's what the flag means to me. God bless America.
It's the legacy of service that my family has provided, from the Civil War, World War I, Korea, World War II, to even today. It's the young men and women that I host on the show that I do called Grateful Nation. The service and the sacrifice of those young men and women that I see on a daily basis at BAMC or at Walter Reed, Bethesda Naval Hospital. I see them, I see the flag, the red, white, and blue, what they've given for our country. And all across this world, there's servicemen buried who've given their life in defense of not just our nation, but also other countries. So it's the selfless sacrifice of our American fighting service members. But when I see a young man out there walking through the cornfields as we're pheasant hunting, and he's on prosthetic legs, and not one ounce of his intestinal fortitude is poured out in a negative way towards our country for having lost his legs, he said he'd do it again. So the flag means all of that. All of our servicemen are rolled into one. When I see the flag, it always makes me smile, because this country is unique in that fact, that we're a melting pot of every nation, every culture, every religion, and that American flag, to me, every time I see it, makes me want to salute it.
Grew up going to a lot of parades, and the flag has always meant a lot to me. I guess you'd say it means everything to me. It's a grand old flag. It's the red, white, and blue. It's everything. I think George M. Cohan said it, that it's the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. What a beautiful flag. And I salute, and will always continue to salute her.
I know that many of you do realize that our veterans and our flag deserve the utmost respect. Now, here's a little known fact. Did you know that at military funerals, the 21-gun salute represents the sum of the individual digits of 1776? Have you ever paid attention to an honor guard as it correctly folds the American flag? Let me explain. The flag is folded 13 times when it is lowered, or when it is folded and handed to the closest family member at the burial of the veteran. Those folds do not represent the 13 original states, as some may think. That first fold of our flag represents the symbol of life. And the second fold is a symbol for our belief in eternal life. That third fold is an honor and remembrance of the veterans departing the ranks who gave a portion for life for the defense of our country to attain peace throughout the world. And the fourth fold, that represents the weaker nature. For as an American citizens, trusting in God, it is to Him we turn in times of peace as well in times of war for divine guidance. The fifth fold is a tribute to the country. For in the words of Stephen Decatur, and I quote, "Our country in dealing with other countries, may she always be right, but it is still our country, right or wrong." The sixth fold is for where our hearts lie. It is with our hearts that we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The seventh is a tribute to our armed forces, for it is through the armed forces that we protect our country and our flag against all her enemies, whether they be found within or without the boundaries of our republic. The eighth fold is a tribute to the one who entered into the valley of the shadow of death, that we may see the light of the day. The ninth fold is a tribute to womanhood, for it has been through their faith, love, loyalty, and devotion that the character of the men and women who have made this country great have been molded. The 10th fold is a tribute to the Father, for He too has given His sons and daughters for the defense of our country since they were first born. The 11th fold, in the eyes of a Hebrew citizen, represents the lower portion of the seal of King David and King Solomon, and glorifies in the eyes the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The 12th fold, in the eyes of a Christian citizen, represents an emblem of eternity and glorifies in the eyes God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. The 13th and final fold, with the stars uppermost, is to remind us of our nation's great motto: in God we trust.
The symbol of my native land, my country tried and true.
Oh, you got the brochures?
Yes, they're in the back.
How the hell do you find anything in that mess back there?
Hey, boss, I'm a busy man. I don't have time for that neat thing. Besides, it's a great salesman I am.
When are we seeing this Jim guy?
In about a half hour. Oh, and I'm glad you bring that up. So, do me and you a huge favor. Please, don't call him Jim or Jimmy.
Why not? That's his name.
Yeah, but he's like all those cooks we know that think they're five-star chefs. So he prefers to be called Chef Jim.
Come on, Raj. This is a university dining hall, not a five-star restaurant.
I know it. You know it. He doesn't know it. He thinks he's a five-star chef. So look, this is a big account. Let's play along. Make him happy.
Okay, I'll play this. You know, like I always do.
Yeah, we're finished.
Say no more. Whatever she needs, we'll take care of it. We'll hook her up. She's the princess, right?
All right, thank you very much.
Hey, hi, Roger.
Chef Jim, how are you?
Good. I didn't realize it was that time of the month.
Yep, it's here.
Okay. Hey, Roger, this is Dean Roberts.
Oh, Dean Roberts, this is a pleasure, sir.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
Dan, come and say hi to Dean Roberts.
You old soul baby. Hey, how you been? Long time, Dan. What brings you to my corner of the world? Roger and I are going to sell your five-star chef here some quality meats.
And you guys know each other.
We're old friends. Go back a long way. You look like you've been taking care of yourself. You don't look too bad yourself. Maybe a little extra weight. Yeah, watch it. I don't need to meet that then.
Hi, listen, Dan, I think we should set up our samples.
Sure. All right. Grab one of those tables out there. Let me know when you're ready, okay?
Let's talk later. That's a promise. You think our friend Chef Jim really knows anything about quality meats?
Keep it down. If he hears this, we haven't got a shot. Now, trust me, when it comes to this stuff, he knows what he's doing.
Okay, I'll be good.
Yeah. Like the last time.
Well, I wish I was younger. They did not make college girls like that when I went.
So, Dan, what do you think? How's it work? Dan, Chef Jim.
All right. Roger, I like this. That's some good marbling.
Yeah.
This is grade A?
Yeah.
Angus?
Yep. And I'm sure that Dan will be able to help us out with the deli meats you like, and I'll get you a great price. Right, Dan? Great price on the deli meats?
We are the future of this country, and until we get the representation that we deserve, we have to take a stand. The burning of this flag symbolizes our contempt for them. Yeah. And will show them that we mean business.
Yeah.
This will show them.
Dan, do we have a deal for Chef Jim or not? Dan, great price on the deli meats. Chef Jim. Dan, do we have a deal for Chef Jim or not? Come on, Dan.
Look, I'm sorry, my mind. Give him anything he wants.
What does that mean?
Means anything. Dan? Is there a problem?
No, Dean, everything's good. Look, I'll tell you what. Chef Jim, you put together a program you want. I guarantee you I'll push it through. Dean Roberts, please, take whatever you want. Chef, help yourself.
Yeah, deception.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Dan, please.
What the
Not
hell?
here. Not today.
Excuse me, son, but you and I seem to have a little difference of opinion here. Now, I realize you can protest against the government any way you want, but there are better ways. And if you think I'm going to let you burn that flag and disrespect me and every other veteran in this country, you got another thing coming.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
It's simple. You like the flag? I will light you.
You're crazy, mister.
You could say that. And my friend over there would definitely agree. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to do it once and we'll do it nice. Please pick up that flag, fold it properly, hand it to me, and we'll just chalk this up to another stupid college prank.
You would light me on fire.
Without hesitation.
Let's just do what he says. I don't think he's right in the head.
He's bluffing.
He's not bluffing, pal. He's a Vietnam vet. Back off, Roger. I'm tired of these pansy-ass college kids disrespecting my country. A lot of my friends died protecting that flag.
Sir, you hold fast.
It's enough.
I said stop.
Mister, you're nuts. I'm out of here.
Dan, what the hell are you doing?
I'm sorry, friend. Sometimes it's necessary.
I should cuff you, mister.
Relax. Dan, you didn't have to do that.
I'm afraid I did.
Well, I believe this boy owes you an apology.
What?
Look, son, do you understand why I had to be so forceful?
No, not really. Well, I thought you were crazy. Show a little respect. This man fought in the war. He risked his life, watched his friends die, defending our country, defending the symbol of our country.
Like, it's sacred to us, especially veterans. Your dean there, he was a Marine. He fought in Iraq. He watched friends die, defending that flag and what it stands for.
I guess I didn't realize.
Sir, look, I know it's your job to keep peace here, to keep order here, and that seems like a very crazy thing to do.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Dan, I'll see if this gets returned to his rightful home.
Thanks, and you will. Thank you. You know, you're freaking crazy. And you smell like a gasoline pump. I always knew it, but now I know it. You're out of your mind. Out of your mind. I know you're right. So what do you say? We just go sell this Chef Jim guy some meats.
All right, but let me ask you something. Are you going to talk to somebody about this Vietnam stuff?
No. So let's go sell some meats, and then you can buy me a drink. Maybe two.
Why do I do this? Why the hell do I do this?
From his wheelchair, he sits and stares at a picture on the wall. He was much younger then, he still remembers when, and he cries when he recalls how he dressed up in that uniform. Take that picture for his mom. How she cried when the news arrived. He was going to Vietnam. Duty called and he answered while the whole world spit in his face. He learned how to be a man in some God-forsaken place. Duty called and he answered. Still they said he's a disgrace. Someday you'll understand. Was he the one who took your place? He was in Vietnam, working for Uncle Sam. In his 18th year, had no vision of war. What was he fighting for? From his eye there fell a tear. First time that he faced death, he cursed his shaking hand, and he prayed to the Lord above, help me take this like a man. Duty called and he answered, while the whole world spit in his face. He learned how to be a man in some God-forsaken place. Duty called and he answered, still he said he's a disgrace. Someday we'll understand.
Beautiful.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
I saw a lot of names I recognized at the end there.
Yeah, man. You know, I watched it all. I wasn't gonna. I watched it all. It's been a long time, and I'm just thinking, you know, how honored I am to have stepped up and directed it. It was the first time I directed anything, and for those who know my story and those who may know about in the future, I'm probably the last person you would ever have expected to direct a movie like this, given my background as a teenager. But I'm a son of 2 Irish immigrants, and my dad served in the military. But I went down a whole different path, trust me. But you know, I came back, and to have been able to be part of this, I feel grateful to work with you, man, and to have created that bond for a lifetime because of this.
Yeah, it. Watching it now again, I also sat here and watched it all over again. It's still good. It's still the information, the message is important today.
Absolutely. And you know, and once again, it's still reality. We still have veterans serving in the military people serving in the military, risking their lives, defending our freedom. And July 4th is a day. It's a day to have, you know, barbecues and fun stuff, of course, with family and friends. But it's also a day to remember the sacrifice and the service that gives us this freedom, that gives us this ability to do this, is to remember that and then enjoy it, and then enjoy our family and enjoy our friends and have a good life.
The interview with Basil Hoffman, he kept saying, you know, I didn't pay for the Freedom Train. And I'm like, as a veteran, I wouldn't say that to a civilian, but for a civilian to be saying that, I'm like, that's an interesting perspective. I've heard that a lot, but today it hit me different. It's like, dude, I'm on the Freedom Train. I haven't paid anything for this freedom. It's kind of fun. I'm enjoying this beautiful free life. And I was like, today's interview, as I watched it for the 100th time, it hit me different.
Yeah, and may he rest in peace. He's passed, and he was a great human being. And I remember when I interviewed him, when he said those words, they were so powerful because, you know, I never thought of it that way. I never, you know, and you're like, and then watching it today, you're right. It just hits you again. It's like,
he was on. I mean, his words were as if that's Uncle Basil. He's right there, and he just said it today. And like, I'm learning from him today in 2023.
100%, man. You know what? Well, it was a great to have a chance to share this on July 4th with the audience. I hope everybody enjoys it. If anybody wants a copy of it, of course, they can, here's my contact information, email duffsqfilm@gmail, duffsqfilm@gmail, and that's my all my contact information. So if they want a copy of the DVD, they can reach out, and we'll be doing more promotion on it in the future and sharing a place where people can buy it. So once again, George, thank you so much for being creating this.
One last thing, we do speaking engagements with this, and we go to an American Legion, VFW, the VA, different places, John Duffy, myself, different people who are involved with the project. We screen the movie there for your organization, and then we talk about it, and we just have a conversation about America and the flag, and it's just something nice. So if you'd like something like that, reach out to John, set that up, and we'd be happy to be in your area and come do something like that with your organization.
And it's just funny you mentioned that because you weren't cued to this, but I'll be doing a speech July 9th on a Sunday at the American Legion in the Valley. So,
perfect.
I'll be sharing copies of the flag, of course, and that will be the reason I'll be going to speak with the Legion. So yeah, we continue to do that. George does it. George gives out copies everywhere he goes. I give out copies everywhere I go as well to people, because when we meet people that some reason, we go, hey, you really need a copy of this. I want to say thank you for the copy, And so it's also a great way to make friends with people when we're out and doing all the things that we do in life. It's a great thing to gift it to somebody and say, hey, I want to give you a gift. Take this.
Yeah, I always ask them, hey, do you own a DVD player? They start laughing, and then we have a good laugh. I'm like, I think I got one somewhere. I'm like, all right, I got something for you.
So what you're saying, George, is we better hurry up and give all of them out and sell them all as quick as possible, because we're all going to be going, what's a DVD player soon?
Listen, to that point, this is a premium product, okay? This is a premium product. Netflix charges about $20 a month. We charge $20 for a 20-minute DVD, but you get to keep the media. That is a unique premium thing that you're receiving. So we're still in the game. In 2023, people are ordering DVDs.
That's true. And in some places more than others. And you can not only can you buy one for yourself, you can buy one to give out to your organization, to other people, to your friends, to your Boy Scouts, to your American Legion, to any kind of group that you belong to, your student group. There's a lot of ways that you can buy a bunch of these and share it with people, because it's a good story. I think it's timely, timeless, and timely, and evergreen, and it's something that people can watch anytime. So once again, we're very grateful to be here on July 4th, sharing this with everybody, with the audience. And we're, as I close out, I'm going to, play a song, but I hope that everybody enjoys on July 4th, your freedom, your country, your family, and your friends.
God bless you.
God bless you too, brother. Thank you very much. I'm going to play this song.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again, just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I proudly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA. It's pride in every American's heart. It's time we stand and say, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I proudly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, that right to me, and I proudly stand next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt love this land. God bless your USA.
All right, everybody. Happy 4th. Happy Independence Day. And until we see you again, thank you for joining the show. Thank you, George.
See you later.
You got it, brother.